Introduce yourself for the record and present your testimony. And next on the list, I have Ann Chatelaine.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. My name is Temi Ogunrinde, and I'm the Equity and Engagement Director at Urban Homeworks. Chair Port, members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to testify today regarding Senate File 11. Thank you, Senator Mohammed, and to each senator for moving this bill forward and the opportunity to testify on behalf of Urban Homeworks, our residents, and larger community in support of Senate File 11. Urban Homeworks is a nonprofit focused on affordable housing. We work to ensure families in North Minneapolis, South Minneapolis, and St. Paul have safe, dignified housing that they can afford. We know firsthand that the need for affordable housing is great, but we cannot do it alone. Senate File 11 alleviates the burdensome reality of paying more than 50 to 60% of your income on housing, whether they live in affordable housing or not, because we know that even in housing that is considered affordable by HUD standards, families are still house burdened. As one of the few Black people in the room, I must say, time after time, our elected officials speak to the importance of equity in our state, but can often stay complacent to inequitable practices and systemic racism. Allow me to break down the reality of how our systems benefit our white Minnesotans far greater than our BIPOC Minnesotans. Minnesota provides a subsidy to homeowners through the mortgage interest deduction. This subsidy disproportionately benefits white Minnesotans due to the disparities between white homeownership and BIPOC homeownership. However, funding towards rent subsidies are largely underfunded, a subsidy that would benefit BIPOC families greatly. Now is the opportunity for every legislator, regardless of political affiliation, to support true equity in the state of Minnesota, because supporting our BIPOC Minnesotans benefits all Minnesotans. Simply put, supporting Senate File 11 is not only equitable, but also the right thing to do. This bill has impact beyond North Minneapolis, beyond the Twin Cities, and beyond the metro area. A 2021 study done by Minnesota Housing Partnership showed that there is high percent of Minnesotans who are house burdened in Hennepin and Anoka, but also in Itasca, Beltrami, and Greater Minnesota. Minnesotans in every jurisdiction are facing the issues of unaffordable rent and being house burdened. This is a bipartisan issue that requires bipartisan support, and supporting Senate File 11 is an opportunity to support the thousands of hardworking Minnesotans who are in need of real support. Lastly, when you have stability and you start to dream, you can begin to do things like build an emergency savings fund, save for a down payment on their child's college tuition. The reality is there are too many hardworking Minnesotans who have been unable to see the fruits of their labor because of unaffordable rent, due to unaffordable skyrocketing rent. Imagine with me, what if we created a Minnesota where the majority of the population isn't simply surviving? A Minnesota where the majority of hardworking Minnesotans are stable, and from that stability are able to now dream of what thriving looks like for themselves and their families. Thank you.
Thank you very